Hello again and welcome to Flying Tag Entertainment's YouTube channel. This week we're doing
Iron Man video games. So the new movie's coming out today, or it came out, I guess, at midnight tonight.
It's coming out today.
Anyways.
The hottest man
in the hottest weather
yeah.
ever.
I mean,
summer blockbusters are coming early this year because summer's coming early this year.
yeah, it's freaking hot.
Yeah.
I mean, the lights are killing me right now. I'm sweating. Oh.
Well, anyways, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and tell you the 2-decade-long journey of Iron Man through gaming. So, let's start off with the first time he was ever on consoles and the arcade was Captain America and the Avengers.
We have a list right here.
Yeah, we have a little list right here that we can cheat off of. So, but we have Captain America and the Avengers, so you could play as Captain America, Hawkeye, Iron Man.
Ooh, Hawkeye.
Yeah, Hawkeye, yeah. I don't remember if you can play as the Hulk. I don't think you could have. But that, I think, if you had a Genesis or I think it was on the SNES as well, you definitely got to play that. It's a really cool game. You should check it out. It's one of the earlier games, so it's not as polished as, games later on, but it's pretty good still. Next up, we've got Marvel Superheroes for the arcade. Now, this is Marvel Superheroes, the fighting game. So this is the one where you got to play as the Hulk, Wolverine. Was it Wolverine? I think Wolverine. Yeah, Wolverine, Captain America. I'm trying to remember who else here. I think Cyclops was in it too. But actually, for that game, the Marvel vs. Capcom Origins came out on the Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network. So you can check it out there and tell me where I'm wrong and who I'm missing.
While you're there, check out our PS streams and avatars.
Yeah, check out our avatars and our gamer picks on the Xbox 360 side. Look for anything hookups, you'll find us.
I'll link it down below too as well.
Yeah.
If you want to support us. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Next up, we've got a little-known game called Avengers in Galactic Storm. This is an arcade game by Data East. Not too well known, and judging from what I've seen of it, not the greatest game out there, and you don't actually even play full-on as Iron Man. You get to use him as a backup character, so you don't even really get to control Iron Man. So it's kind of cheating. But
Iron Man is a bitch, basically.
Yeah, Iron Man's your bitch in that game. So it's there. It's not the greatest game, and just to let you know.
Whatever, he was in it. Move on.
Yeah. Okay. Next up was Iron Man and XO Manowar
in heavy metal, the Sega Saturn.
For Sega Saturn. I didn't play that one, so I can't really speak much to it.
If you did, let us know in the comments down below. We're interested to hear
let us know what you thought, because I haven't played it, and I've heard of it, but beyond that, I don't really know. But
after that's Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems
on
Super NES. Sorry, I'm like not wearing my glasses. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, so this was on the Super Nintendo. It played kind of like X-Men Mutant Apocalypse on the SNES, so I think they probably use the same engine, honestly. But this is another Capcom game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Capcom game. And so it was a beat-em-up, like X-Men or, I don't know, something like that. It was a beat-em-up. So that was based off the Infinity Gauntlet story. If you know what I'm talking about, great. If not, just think of it as everybody's fighting over this glove with awesome gems.
And the next one is...
It's Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. So this is the... I don't remember if... this should be the second one in the Versus series.
1997 arcade, Saturn...
Yeah, it was on
Windows
Saturn.
98.
No. It came
on
out
the Saturn in the 98 and the PS1 in 1999. My bad.
So this was I believe, the second Versus game after X-Men versus Street Fighter. So now this is Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. I'll go back and check.
Favorite.
Yeah. Then of course, Marvel versus Capcom Clash of Superheroes. Sorry. And so that, I think, was the one that really introduced a lot of people to fighters in the the late 90s.
What does it say? DC 1998?
No, Dreamcast. Dreamcast 99.
Oh,
Dreamcast came out on the Dreamcast in 99, then in the PS1.
That is PC, and then I couldn't read it right.
No.
I was like, what?
PS1 in 2000. So if you had a Dreamcast, if you had a PlayStation, and you're a fan of fighting games, you had to have this game. Yeah, well, you can get it for cheap in some places. But if you're a fighting game fan, get that game for whatever system you have it for. The Dreamcast tends to run smoother because it's better built for 2D games, but the PS1 version's not bad. You know, So
Plus the
get it.
Dreamcast looks cooler in your front room. So.
Yeah. I mean, except it sounds like a jet engine going off in your room whenever you're playing it.
Well, it's just as loud as the Xbox, so.
That's very true. Yeah, well.
It doesn't carry as much magic dust power as the PS3.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way you think about it, the original Xbox was like the Dreamcast 2, Shenmue 2, and just about all the Sega games, all the weird Sega games came out on that console.
The little plug in between so you can't pull the Xbox on your little kid was
that was smart.
The funniest thing ever.
Well, let me tell you.
Well, the demo of the little picture in the manual was funny.
Yeah.
The kid was like, ah!
Yeah, no, well, I had a PS2, and that actually happened to me. My little sister came up and yoinked on the PlayStation controller.
Did it fall on her?
It didn't fall on her, but it fell down and it broke it, and the back part was busted, so the video didn't work. So I was pissed, but...
And the next one...
Anyways,
let's get off track here.
We're getting off track.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
This is the... I think this is...
That's the one that's worth
one
more,
of
right?
the top... I would say if this isn't the number one fighting game of all time, it's easily in the top 5. Easily. They're hands down.
Overall, right?
Over any Street Fighter, we're talking, it beats out, I think, Street Fighter and a lot of... It's better than Tekken. It beats out just about anything.
I'm going to meme on that one.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Okay. But it's probably one of the greatest fighting games ever made, and you get to control Iron Man in all... Well, I would say you get to use a cool amount of moves. You get to use the Unibeam, you get to use the... I forget what he calls it. The weird thing that he has above his head. It looks like he's trying to do a spirit bomb, but it's... I don't know.
I know you guys are all gonna say it down below.
Yep, and you're gonna blast me for forgetting what it was, but yeah, well,
it's hot.
Yeah, and then of course his super where he brings out the big giant cannon and it just blows out everything that's in front of him. I mean, I think that's
that one has cool sound effects.
That's I think my favorite out of all the character supers is that move. So.
And that's on the Xbox, the original one.
The original Xbox. It was on the PS2, and it was on the Dreamcast as well. So. And arcade. And it also came out as a remake on Xbox Live Arcade, and I believe PlayStation Network as well, last year or 2 years ago.
It's probably still up. I would check.
Yeah, it's still up there.
The next one is...
Oh, yeah. So, this next one is not quite what you think of when you think of Iron Man video games.
Yeah, I would have never thought of a game for the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there was an Iron Man video game for the Game Boy Advance called The Invincible Iron Man.
2003.
In 03, yeah. So, I don't know much about it. I've seen it in action, like in screenshots, but I haven't seen any gameplay. Let me know what you thought of it if you had it. I would love to know if it's worth to pick up, because, I love collecting all these cool little games. So, if Invincible Iron Man is worth it, let me know. And if you tell me to stay away from it, let me know too.
And the next one is...
So, Tony Stark meets Tony Hawk in Tony Hawk Underground for the, I think it was on the PlayStation, the Xbox, and the GameCube. These came out all around 03 as well. So, you wouldn't normally think of Iron Man when you think of Tony Hawk, Pro Skater, or, anything in that series, but he is an unlockable character. And actually, Spider-Man was unlockable in the second one, I think. So, I mean, they just continued bringing in new characters. I think you play as Wolverine in one of them.
What's the next one?
Yeah. So let's move on. Oh yeah.
Proceeding is.
Oh dear. Okay, this is when
So we're gonna go a little bit faster because we don't want to be forever.
Not only that, but we're starting to hit kind of a low point here. In the mid 2000s, people didn't quite know what to do with Iron Man, so he was in Marvel Nemesis: Rise of the Imperfects.
What?
It was a fighting game, Marvel fighting game. Had a lot of fans of Marvel vs. Capcom excited, but it was made by EA, and it wasn't that great.
It wasn't the best, so we're moving on.
Sucked. Okay, moving on. Anyways, let's forget that ever happened, and next one is X-Men Legends 2, Rise of Apocalypse. I know, it's an X-Men game, but you can unlock Iron Man, and you can play him, so he is a playable character, so it counts. And if you don't agree with me...
I like the next one better.
Suck it. Yeah. And,
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yes.
In 2008.
And if you're a fan,
a pretty good game. I like that one.
Yeah. If you're a fan of the of Diablo or a fan of the X-Men Legends series, Marvel Ultimate Alliance is definitely a game to get because you get to control a lot of awesome characters from the Marvel universe.
I can't tell you how many summers I spent playing Diablo and eating Michelinas or budget meals or lean cuisine for 99 cents. every summer that's all I did is sit home and eat TV dinners.
I'm not even gonna approach that. Moving on. Okay, 2008 comes around. Anyways, Iron Man came out. The Iron Man movie came out. So a lot of big hype around. You know, Iron Man's back in gaming, so we've got an Iron Man video game where you get to control just Iron Man. And you get to fly through the skies like him, and you get to use his blasts and all this stuff. The game sucked. to be,
Who was it made by, do you know?
Put it nicely, Sega published it. I don't remember who developed it, but unfortunately, it didn't do very well.
I remember the marketing for Iron Man Aerial Assault. I remember that.
Oh, Iron Man Aerial Assault, yeah. Came out the same year. It was a mobile title. Anyway, so Iron Man Aerial Assault for iOS, it exists. I haven't played it. I don't plan to. So, anyways, moving on. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. For people who love the first one, you got that and you got more. More characters, more storyline, more gameplay time. I think the general consensus seems to be that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 is Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but much better. And that's not bad at all. That's like saying you got a pile of gold and now you got Fort Knox. So try it. It's a great game. I love it. And
pile of gold and Fort Knox.
Okay, now we're gonna we're gonna go quickly here because it's something I don't.
2010.
No, you're getting too quick.
Oh, the best!
Damn it!
Marvel Superhero Squad.
No, that's one of the kids.
Hero.
Anyways, came out the same year as Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2.
That's like the little minis, right?
Yeah, the little
the
kids.
That wasn't
the kids thing.
Whatever,
I think
THQ.
Yeah, I think THQ did that, but not my kind of market, so I'm not going to comment on it. It exists. You play as Marvel superheroes
if you liked it, like
Thor
maybe we'll
and
check
stuff.
it out.
So, moving on to Iron Man 2. Just like Iron Man 1, still disappointing based off the movie. The movie was good. The game...
Oh, it was like boring because it was
not so
predictable,
much.
you mean?
Yeah, the game not so much. Moving on. And another Marvel Superhero Squad game.
Well, not our market.
Okay, well, anyways, it's called
Sadly.
the Infinity Gauntlet, so it's based off of the, like, War of the Gems, like that kind of storyline. They share the same storyline. Moving on. Marvel Pinball came out, and I think that was made by the guys that did Zen Pinball. I'm pretty sure about that, so, I mean, it's a good pinball game.
I love
good,
pinball, like, I'm a pinball
not
fan.
a real pinball, it's virtual pinball. You know, like playing the pinball game on the PS3.
Yeah, I know, that's fine.
Okay, well, it's pinball. I'm alright with it. I'm just, you know.
The Addis Jelly pinball machine.
And in 2011, so we had 2 Marvel Superhero Squad games. One was, yeah, I know. Well, just wait, I'm not there yet. One was Superhero Squad Online, which is an MMO done by Gazillion, and I can't remember who published it, but anyways, you could play as different characters in the Marvel Universe. From what I've read, I haven't played the game myself. Let me know what you think about it. It seems like it'd be cool, but I'm more excited about an upcoming MMO in the same vein as that. So I'll get to that later. Next up that year was Superhero Squad Comic Combat. That was a U-Draw title. U-Draw didn't do so well. THQ's under. Let's move on. Marvel Avengers Alliance. It's a Facebook, I think it's like a card game or something. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Facebook games.
Yeah, I didn't
so
really play this, just to be honest. I was a console person, still am.
Yeah. So, now we are in 2013. What are we doing here? Okay, well, we've got Iron Man 3 just came out today, but there's no console title. Probably because of the lukewarm to crappy reception that the first 2 movie titles got. So,
Bummer.
yeah, no Iron Man console game this year, but there's an Iron Man 3 mobile game by Gameloft. I don't know. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think.
I'll probably download it later, to be honest, just to check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of getting tired of Jurassic Park, so I'm looking for something else. Like, I made it to the underwater part, and I'm like, it's the same.
Yeah,
crap.
I heard Iron Man. I think this game's supposed to be like a runner, you know, like an endless runner game, like Temple Run. but you're flying. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I guess she'll let me know too.
Yeah, I don't know. Find out.
But next month, unless the date gets moved again, Marvel Heroes for PC. It's the MMO that we've been talking about, that I talked about earlier. It's full-blown Marvel superhero. I mean, it's Marvel. And it's done by Gazillion, again, the same guys that did the Marvel, the kids version of the online. So I'm really excited to see what this full-blown online version is going to look like that's geared more towards an audience that would know more about those characters. So I'm curious, and I'd like to see what they do. And so those are the Iron Man video games that have... Oh, actually, hold on. I'm totally missed one more. Came out, I think, 2 years ago. Yeah, well, 2 games, really. Marvel vs. Capcom 3! How could I forget something so basic? And, well, it's there. I'm talking about it. It's Iron Man in full 3D in a 2D fighter.
Mega butt action.
I don't know, but he controls pretty similarly, and I like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 because it tends to be more beginner-friendly. So I kind of like that about that. I'm not a pro at fighting games, but I like them. But I think Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was a better game overall. And Ultimate was pretty much just like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but it's just more characters, more stages, and I don't know, they're both awesome games, and you get to play as Iron Man in them, so what else? What more do you want? Except maybe being able to play as Mega Man. But anyways.
That's messed up.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's our, I guess our countdown, or not really a countdown.
Our top, I don't know how many.
I don't know, but these are the games that Iron Man is playable in. There are more games where he makes a cameo, like Ultimate Spider-Man and The Incredible Hulk. But again, he's not playable in those, so he doesn't count. So.
Damn.
Yeah.
He doesn't count.
Well, I mean, the game doesn't count. Not that he doesn't. The game doesn't count. You can't play as Iron Man.
So, thank you for watching. As always, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our buddy Misty Dawn at Misty Dawn, and go watch Iron Man 3 tonight. We probably will.
Yeah.
I think our friend just bought a car, so we're just gonna hang out with him, and we're gonna persuade him to take us to the movies. So we can go. And have a good night. It's hot in here, so we're gonna say later. And have a good, safe weekend, and don't get sunburned.
Yep. Bye.